18, and I've been wanting to do it again, but the COVID.
Alright.
Yeah.
And when it's like really cold, I'm like, no.
You never know.
And my dog is getting older because I took my dog into the
That's fine.
because he has arthritis issues. So,
I think
I'm
that
good
the
this
practice is addictive. Just like a cinnamon bun.
I hope so. I'm working on it. To stick quick.
But we want-
with buns.
We want addicts, Bev. That's what we're doing.
It has to be anytime we get up on a Sunday morning at 8 a.m.
Right.
You're addicted. If you are here right now, you are addicted. Just say it straight. Well, it's day one, and this kriya is a kriya for prosperity. And prosperity being having enough that you become generous, having enough to be like, oh man, wow, I am prosperous in books, here's some for you. And I am prosperous in health, and I am prosperous in community, and I am prosperous financially, and I'm prosperous in my career. This sense of it comes in, it goes out, and there's no concern that it's going to stop, and we can make more when we choose. And so that prosperity is going to be built through our kriya and through sound. To get there, what I've been noticing is that we're all a little slumpy, rumpled, crumpled, and zoomed out. So it's a combination, because everybody likes, where do you get it? So this is going to be a combination of, I got this like 30 years ago, of Pilates and Gary Kraft's style is incredible if you ever have an injury or a concern of chronic fatigue or tension headaches. This is a really great, there's a recipe for that. And so we have a combination of repairing the hips, because all the sitting, and we tend to sit with a slight asymmetry, and that creates like a little gronk in one side. And then we use the opposite knee to compensate as we go around. And so this is a combination to build strength, put us back together. And from that sense of being put together, then prosperity is this really natural continuation of well-being. So we'll start by tuning in. Bring your palms together, sitting tall. Om Namo, I vow to that which is outside of me, the prosperity of the world that I get to be in, that I get to see and smell and touch and taste and create. Guru Dev Namo, I bow to the riches that lie within me, that I am uncovering, that I am noticing and realizing. So we tune in with those two phrases. Inhale. May or may not have music at the start, but for today we are here. And as you lie back, just draw your knees into your chest, let your hips wash side to side. So as you draw your knees closer, let your tail roll off the floor and just let your low back get a little bit longer. And then as you roll your back to the floor, press your knees into your hands until your knees are over your hips, your arms are straight, lift your heels the height of your knees, and it's straight, lengthening your arms. Exhale, bend your elbows, draw your knees in, roll your tail off the floor. And on your inhale, press your shins into your hands and reach each way. So you're sort of opening and closing. Just starting right there. Using your legs to straighten your arms. As you straighten your arms, you're opening through the upper back, the back of the neck, across the shoulders. As you're bringing the knees in, you're creasing the hips, little wag of the tail. Go 2 more. Yeah, as you just rinse out the joints. Good. Lift your head and shoulders as you bring your knees in. So this would be most modified is to be right here. Secondly, would have hands out. We're just going to have the hands go up and down. And as you do, put your knees over your hips, put your heels in line with your knees, and out the mouth. You can use your mouth or close your nose, go out your nose. Roll your forehead towards your thighs. Roll your navel down toward the floor. You can work right here or extend your left leg. Bend your left knee, bring it back. Straighten your right leg. Navel to the floor. Arms are straight, fingers are spread, you're organized, you're tidy. Both knees bent. So you're getting a little heat in the belly, a little fire, a little ignition. Just 2 blankets, Jen, that's it, no blocks. Good, you feel racy? Start to extend the legs. Just see where you can go. You got 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. Go. Just reach. Just try it. Good. 3, 2, 1. Draw your knees to your chest. Hello. Good morning. Roll your legs out and roll up. Arms out. And then as you roll back, bend your knees and your fingers point at the ceiling. So rolling up, use your legs. Rolling back, knees bent. As you come up, hand up, overhead, revolve to turn back. Hand up, bring it back. As you roll up, opposite hand up. So you're starting to turn through the spine. Rolling up and rolling back. And revolving. As you come up, draw your hands as far apart as they'll go to really start to open the chest and the throat. 1 more each side, just opening one. Right? Good. And we'll meet on the back. Knees bend, feet flat, palms open, just notice. So we're brightening the inner abdomen, layer after layer. Draw your right foot up, turn your heel in, and make small circles like you're going around a basketball. And rather than moving from the tip of your toe, reach into your toe and move from the circle in your hip. Move from your low belly. And let that circle settle you down into your outer hip, down into your right side low back, reverse direction. And it's not a big circle. You're smoothing it out. And as you do, you can start to feel length from your right hip through your right rib. The tension can melt away. Right, put your right foot down, left toes up, turn your heel in, and small circles. The low belly draws down into the floor. You're making stabilized base. But the hip is made to move in a circle, reverse. We walk in a line and we sit in a line, and by making this circle, we're repairing our movement. Good. Reach for 3, and 2, and 1. Draw your knees to your chest. Roll your way up and roll your way back. And one of the things that I've enjoyed about as I've practiced this and gotten us ready, is how later when I'm walking through the day, when I'm standing and washing dishes, I can feel so put together. I can feel my legs connected to my hips. I can feel my pelvis connected to my spine. I feel organized and even. So you're looking to smooth out so that it doesn't clunk onto the floor, but there's a real rounding through the back body. Just make sure you put a blanket down for today. Good. 3. Yep. And 2. As you lie on your back, bring your left knee in. So your right hand comes to your left shin and your left hand goes long on the side. And you change. So left hand holds right shin. And each one becomes an exhale. And then exhale. Use your abdomen to draw your knee towards your chest. Use your leg to press the opposite foot away. It's as though you were trying to push a drawer closed with the opposite foot. Good. You become very deliberate. You become very precise. You can work right there with your knee bent, or straightening your leg starts to look like this. So you get a little longer in the leg, a little longer through the hamstring. Now we go 8 and 7, and there's no rush. You can close your eyes, you can settle in, you can find a real steadiness, a fortification. Good. For 3, and for 2, and for 1. Put your feet down, put your hands wide, starfish, and notice the sensation from the center of your body in all directions. Like you could water yourself, you could nourish yourself. All of the stillness of our inner organs when we're sitting, let them soak up this movement. Wag the tail, shake out your feet. Turn your palms down into the floor and find center with your hips. Lift your feet and just drop your knees towards the left, knees down, heels up, a little spin, and then up into the middle, and knees drop right and heels lift. So you're spinning your knees down and you're lifting your heels up. And you don't need to go very far. You're finding what your obliques and what your spine and what your low back appreciate. And you're starting to rinse out. And we're designed to move in these twisting ways. That all the tissues and organs of the gut require this real rinsing to function optimally. So spin the knees down, spin the heels up, start to feel it up through the armpits, through the chest, out into the hands. Nope. 1 more and we'll meet in the middle. And pause and notice the sides of your body. So this has a little bit of a lift. You're going to lift your heels higher than your knees and roll the tail off the floor, a little lift off, right? Now each time you lift off, I want you to lift up and turn so you come onto your right outer hip and tap your toes to the left. And then you come into the center, you lift up to your left outer hip, tap your knees to the right. So it sounds more complicated than it is. You're just going to rise up to one side and tap, and rise up to the other side and tap. And what we're doing here is really engaging the lowest possible, the transverse beneath the navel. And we're controlling the turn and we're controlling the lift. And we're reassembling our relationship between upper body and lower body and putting ourselves back together for 3. And for 2. Good. 1 more. Twist and tap. Good, good, good. And then find the center. Widen your feet to feel the outer edge of the mat and drop your knees to the left. Pause, beat, soften.
And knees drop to your right. And soften. And again, so slowly side to side. You're pressing the inner knee down toward the floor so that you can create length. That we don't only want contraction through the front body, we want length. And so with your knee falling in, you can feel that all the way up into your armpit, all the way through the front of the chest, front of the head. Just one more each side. So that there's length through the whole front wall of the abdomen. So, good. Finding center, left knee stays bent. Draw your right knee in. Interlace your fingers over your right shin or behind your right thigh. Bring your thigh towards your body. Work there as modification. Or hold your outer right ankle or hold your outer right foot with your right hand. That's second modification. The full pose, interlace your fingers so that your left hand is on top of the right arch. And you've interlaced your fingers like a seam along the outer right foot. And as you widen your elbows, your knee comes down. And now widen across the low back, widen across the hips. Widen across the chest and widen across the back. And rinse. Now let your heel move just an inch in any direction and back. Tiniest movement. And get your breath down into the low right hip and out of the shoulders and face. Good, good. So we're rebuilding the seat. Right hand, let go and hold your inner right heel with your right hand. So you're just going to bring your hand inside your foot and then pressing your foot into your hand. Let go with the left. A little press. Bend your right knee, use your hand to bring it down, and then press, straightening your right leg into your heel. You're not going wide, you're going just wider than your right shoulder. So you're not out to the side, you're just, if you were a clock, you're pressing out towards sort of 130. Good. Now as you like, keep it straight. If your legs are tight, hips are tight, back is tight, stay here. Or explore left leg straightening. Flex, point your feet, roll, close the toes. And then both feet stay very flexed. Lift your head, shoulder. Stay 3. Yeah, widen your elbow, Jordan. See if you can hold your heel rather than, yeah, there you go. Now push your heel into your hand. Mighty. Hi. You're right? Good. Bring it down. Feet to the floor. Let your knees wash out. Right? All the sounds are coming out of our body. Those are all old Zoom calls. You are finally hanging up and finishing. Good. Draw your left knee in. Interlace your fingers behind the thigh. Bring it close. You know, and if you only have 20 minutes, right? You've got this little practice now that you hang up off of your call. Find your happy baby. So hand outside the ankle or outside the foot. Right hand on top. Interlace your fingers. Bring the knee down. If you've had a big drive, if you've been in a car, somehow it really feels as though we're sitting so much more. And so this is a repair for your seat. Oh, so let your heel move a little. Let your heel move a little. Yeah. And put a little more weight in your right foot. That bent knee. Press into the floor and feel the space that makes in your spine. Left hand release to hold the inside heel. Press into your hand. So heel in hand like a ball in a socket. Right hand on right thigh. Now a little bend in the left knee. Bring it down and then press into your heel. Bring it down and press. Use the strength of your arms and the strength of your leg. And you're flushing out the hamstring. And then you press into your hand. Good. Flex, point your feet. You may stay or extend your right leg. Your left is just wider than your shoulder, not wider than that. Flex, point your feet again. Lift your head, shoulder. So left elbow bends. Press into the heel, and your left hand is helping to take your heel away from your head. And you're lengthening in both directions. In both directions. Good. And then setting down, let your knees wash side to side, let it go. So there may be a real moment of tenderness right there where it's sort of hard to move. Be wise right there. Be kind and just know that you're relieving what you've been holding. Let your right knee fall down in towards center. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. Press your ankle down and your knee up, and let your right hip come a little forward. Right hand higher. So the right knee is trying to rise, the left ankle is trying to go down, and you're opening through the right hip, the psoas. Get it all the way into your right lung. Explore right hand a little higher. And find center, but less. Good. At center, you only get two. Left knee down. Right ankle over the outer left knee. And now the left knee tries to rise and encounters the ankle, and the ankle tries to go down and encounters the knee. And that little pressure between the two, get your breath in there. Get your breath down into the hip crease. Get your breath into the left lung. Get your left hand a little higher. And invite the inside of you to grow larger than the outside of you. Opening, 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 opening. Good. And center. Put your feet down, walk your feet together, bring your hands down flat beside your hips. Feet are together, knees are together, heels are under your knees. Press your heels down to lift your hips. As you lift your hips, tuck your shoulders under. Now take your hands overhead. Hug your knees together. Stand in your heels. This is inhale, hands down, roll down, tail last. That's exhale. So feet together, knees together. Inhale, peel up, roll up, hands up. All the way to the fingertips and roll back down. Tail is last. Hug your thighs one more. Rise up, rise up, rise up. All the way overhead, lengthen your belly, and now bring it all the way back down. Heel, toe, your feet one step apart. Heel, toe. And rise. Stand in your hip. Stand in your heels, hips up, hands up. And then roll down. You've got a little more space. See where you can take that in your abdomen. Heels down, press, lift up. Stand in your feet and stand in your shoulders, hands up. And roll your way down. Good. Heel, toe, your feet open one more. Heel, toe, heels down. Rise up. Now your knees open wide. Find the outer hips, the outer shoulders. And roll your way down. Tail is last. Again, stand in the heels, hips up, hands up, widen your knees. Find the outer hips, a little wag of the tail. And roll all the way down. Awesome. Good. Draw your knees to your chest. We're going to roll all the way up, over, and find child's pose to counter it. So knees are wide, toes together, fold back. Wag the tail. On your inhale, rising, hands and knees, stretch toes down, dog, press it out. And then hands and knees breathing in, and child's pose breathing out. And there's your flow, and you just fit it together. And you feel how different, how three-dimensional the legs and hips and feet are. Good. One more. And then we're going to put the legs together. So we'll meet on the belly. And you're on your blanket, belly down, palms down, right beside your ribs. Take your hands back, elbows in, feet up. Little taps of your heels. Yep. So reach out. Good. So Bev, look down. Instead of straining through the back, you can drop your head a little bit, and that'll lift your legs a little bit. So it's much more about your legs than your head. And it's this tiny little beat, beat, beat. And as you beat, see if you can get your legs longer. Right? Really, really straighten the legs. Awesome, Kara. That's it. All the way out. Little tiny beat, beat, beat. All the tension in the navel. All the tension in the heels. 3. Good. 2. Good. To the floor. Feet down, wag your tail. Roll your heels in and out.
So you roll onto your side. And it can be either side. Probably all roll to face that wall so we're organized and we're not sort of watching each other. Good. You're great. Yes. On your side, prop your head in your hand in little reverse circles with your top leg. Little reverse circles. And in the tiny little reverse circles, you're just as though going around a grapefruit. Take it a little further back. Take it behind your left heel. Little circles. Little reverse circles. And take it a little further back. A little further back. Start to open the front of the hips. Start to firm up the posterior chain. You're putting yourself together. Good. Bend your right knee, your top knee. And bring your knee down to tap in front of you. And now lift it back up and tap your toe behind your leg. So tap in front with your knee, tap behind with the toe. When you tap your toe, I want you now to put your heel down so the whole foot comes to the floor. And then tap your knee. Tap toe, tap heel, and down. Yes. For 3. Yeah. And 2. Be very deliberate. Good. Keep your knee up. Now draw your knee up towards your right shoulder. Straighten your leg towards the sky. Bend your right knee. Now tap your knee in front of you. So knee rolls to the sky. Straighten your leg. Bend your knee. Tap the floor. Right? Roll open. Straighten out. Bend and tap. Roll open, straighten, bend, and tap. 2 more. Roll open, straight, bend, tap. Last time. Roll, open, bend, tap. Roll onto your back, please. Good. Right knee wide. Keep your right knee bent. You are in tree. You feel that? But roll your right knee open, open, open. Now right hand on right inner thigh. Press. Roll your right knee to point at the ceiling and press your hand to your inner thigh and put your foot flat to the floor. Now roll your knee open, press with your hand and press your hand against. You're raising your knee toward the ceiling and then rolling it open. You're rolling your knee to the ceiling and you're rolling it open. And you're using your hand to create resistance. Good. Knee points to the ceiling, stay 3. Press into your hand, stay 2. Navel to the floor. Roll your right knee open, take your left hand overhead. So opposite hand, wherever you went. Make tree. Right hand pressing the knee wide. So hand on thigh, widening the pelvis, lengthening, flexing the standing leg. Find your tree. Awesome. Legs out, shake out your feet, shake out your knees. Going to the other side, so you're just going to roll to face the window, and I'm going to turn. So that you prop your head on your hand, this is the last of it. Reverse circle, top little circle, little circle. So there's a relationship between our legs and our pelvis. There's a relationship between our navel and our pelvis and our feet. There's a relationship between our feet and our back. So we're putting ourselves back together. Take that circle a little smaller and a little further back. A little smaller and a little further back until you feel it across the front of the abdomen. As straight as you can be. As straight as you can be. And then bend your top knee. Good. Tap the floor with your knee in front. Knee up. Tap the toe behind. So lifting and tapping and lifting and tapping. Once you've found that, tap the toe behind you and then the heel down next. Yep. So that it's a toe to the floor and then a heel to the floor. And it's as though you're putting the heel to the floor by using your navel. And you're rinsing and connecting to the actions that your hip is made for. Good. For 2. And this is going to, when you sit up, it will be really remarkable. Draw your knee to your shoulder. Straighten your top leg. Bend your top and tap your knee to the front. Good. So knee up, straighten, bend, and tap. As straight and as fierce and as clear as your leg is capable of. Roll your knee open and up and bend and down. 2 more. To up, to down, to tap. To roll up, to straighten, to bend,
to tap. Good. Roll onto your back and make tree. So when you're standing washing dishes today, I want you to think of me. I'm going to say, wow, I feel amazing and I'm only washing dishes. Imagine the prosperity. Right, so left hand to left thigh, press down, press away, right hand overhead. So remember, we're going to bring the left knee to point to the ceiling, push your hand against the thigh, and then left knee wide. Use your palm against your inner thigh as resistance the whole way, open and closed. This is what our hip has forgotten how to do, and this inner-outer motion is reassembling our connection between legs, heart, hands. Good. Knee goes wide, make tree stay. Broaden the pelvis, lengthen the navel, reach overhead. Firm right leg, firm standing leg. And then knees to your chest, keep it wide. Wide, wide, wide knees, shake out your feet. Use your hands, bring your knees together. Good. Widen your knees, shake out your feet. Wider, 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 wider. Knees away from you, and then bring it into a ball. You know, roll yourself up to a seat. Fold your blanket twice. And just notice when you sit, your legs are prepared, your hips are prepared, your navel's prepared. And all of a sudden, we are these regal beings that have been reassembled. This is how I want to talk to you on Zoom. Right? This is the height I want to have. There's our seat. There's our seat, our place in the world, organized and strong. So the kriya begins here. Just feel how this new foundation is ready for you. Turn your palms open. And you'll tap the pinky edge of your hand and bring it around and tap the forefinger and the pinky and the forefinger. And they go tap and they go tap. And with this tap, it's like you're making a portal, like you're making an opening right in front of your heart. And with each tap, we're going to use the sound of har, H-A-R, which is the creative syllable of the word. And just feel that there is a breath with the sound. Har, 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 har. Close your eyes. Har, 3 minutes. Har, 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 har. Just explore the circle you're making. Does it feel like the right size? Does it feel like the right strength? Make it feel that it is absolutely yours, no one else's. Everything comes through this portal. Be effortless. Effortless. Be carried. You're opening a portal. Let it in. Be receptive. Be inviting. Be welcoming.
Be still. Chin up, breath out, hands wide, eyes closed. Notice an opening, a welcoming. We're creating coherence, the heart and the mind working together in synchrony. Hands up high, spread your fingers wide. You're going to cross and open and cross and open and cross and open. Each one's an exhale. You're crossing your arms as much as you can in front of the center of your forehead. In your mind, in your mind, that syllable. If this gets to be too much, one option is to bend your elbows and cross the forearms in front of your forehead. Or if it's too much, bring it down and cross in front of your heart. 3 minutes. Repeating har in your mind with each cross. Spread your fingers. That's it. Use your hands. Good. Exhale as you cross, inhale as you open. You're in har in your mind. Keep it low, but there you go. That's it. Spread your fingers right into your hands. Hands are bright. You got 30 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, good. Hands up, inhale, 3 sips. Hook your thumbs, tuck your chin, rise. Up through the spine, up through the heart, up to the mid-brain. Bright, 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 bright light. Wriggle, rise. And let go. Hands widen down, eyes closed. Notice. There is a joyous potency inside of you, and there is nothing you need to do to make it be so. Rather, a quality of real freedom to just be. You did the work, let it be. Feel what you made. Your fingers, put your thumb into your your palm, close your fingers over your thumbs. So modification is down here. Little reverse circles. Little reverse circles. Or higher. Or eventually, maybe not today, the arms straighten, shoulder blades down the back. And with this, we have the sound, we're going to use the word good. Good, 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 good. Like an incantation. Good, 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 good. And explore, maybe your arms straighten. Good, 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 good. That you could overwrite all the patterns of your mind of doubt or confusion, and you're just going to install good, 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 good. Meeting all those crazy voices in your head. No, good, good, good. That's not good. Good, 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 good. Your shoulders might disagree, and you're just going to tell them, no, it's good. It is. It's good. Here we go. Good. Now, if you're of the mind, if God is useful, use God or good. God, God, God. They're the same thing. God, 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 God. But you're not cursing, right? There's a fine line there. Good, 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 God, 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 God. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, bring it up, look your thumbs, go. Rise. And release. Notice your heart and your head in one sweet frequency. Good. When we think, I am good, this is good, and we feel good, that consistency between what I'm thinking, what I'm saying, and what I'm feeling is coherence. That is your strongest creative state. You can feel it. Turn your palms down to face the floor, and they tap. We're going to have a mantra. Ha, hare, hari. Wa, he, guru. Right? Ha, hare, hari. Wa, he, guru. 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 Whisper. Ha, hare, hari. Wa, he, guru. I am the maker. I am that which is made. Hazah, we go. Ha, hare, hari. Wa, he, guru. Ha, hare, hari. Wa, he. Okay, here's the crazy one. You listen. Ha, hare, hari. Ha, hare, hari. Ha, hare, hari. Wa, he, hari. One more. Good. Put your left palm to face down, your right arm on left stay, and now let it settle. Press the arms together lightly, just to organize it. Begin to slow your breathing in for 6, hold for 6, out for 6. Take your time, slow it down. Just pause. pausing when you're full, and pausing, and then gently releasing. Right? Stabilize all of it. Especially the stillness. Attention in the midbrain, just holding that still point in the mind. Savor it. Six counts in, 6 count hold, 6 counts out if you can. One more round, just like that, super simple. At the end of your exhale, your hands come down, eyes are closed, be very still, be very simple. Notice. This clarity of self. This self has access to all solutions, all ideas, all outcomes, all projects, all the questions you have. The answers are here. So we'll take this to a very simple meditation using the breath, and it's called Gyan Mudra Kriya. Or you can rest in Shavasana. Today we do 5 minutes. After 10 days we'll do 8 minutes. And for the last 20 days we'll do 11 minutes. So one hand comes out and you put the fingers of one hand in the fingers of another and the thumbs cross. Yep, and it's the height of your heart. Just resting. So settled. Land in your seat, chin lightly in. Your gaze looking lightly up under your closed eyes. You breathe in through the nose, out the nose, no left, in the mouth, out the mouth. Good. In the nose, out the mouth, in the mouth, out the nose. Good. That's it. In nose, out nose. In mouth, out mouth. Slowly. In nose, out mouth. In mouth, out nose. So in nose, out nose. In mouth, out mouth. Slowly. In nose, out mouth. In mouth, out nose. Take your time. That's our pattern. In nose, out nose. In mouth, out mouth. In nose, out mouth. In mouth, out nose. In nose, out nose, in mouth, out mouth. In nose, out mouth. In mouth, out nose. In nose, out nose. In mouth, out mouth. In nose, out mouth. In mouth, out nose. One more round. In nose, out nose. In mouth, out mouth. In nose, out mouth. In mouth, out nose. In nose, out nose. In mouth, out mouth. In nose, out mouth. In mouth, out nose. Do a round on your own. As you conclude, hands to your thighs and release. Gaining access to the true self that is unbound by time, that knows the future, that knows the past, that knows your capability, your potential, your questions. Imagine that you could simply receive, that you could be answered, accepted, welcomed, encouraged, infused. The breath is free, the mind is free, the heart is free. I am this. that sensation of the good that you installed with your swirling fists, that good in your heart. That good as an identity. I am this great sense of light in my heart, in myself. Let it override anything else. Stay as long as you like. If the time has come and lying back is ready or needed, then unfold. Lay the blanket over your hips and pelvis and belly, so that your hips and belly are warm and free. Shake out the feet, shake out the knees, and your palms open and rest completely, effortlessly absorbing what you've made. Become familiar with this self of yours that is so luminous. If returning is necessary, begin to deepen your breathing, as though expanding from inside out. Thank you for this beautiful day of potential weightlessness, for magnificent connection. We are blessed to have the opportunity to travel light, to be relieved of our burdens, to rest. Show us the sacred in everything. Help us to recognize it in the simplest of things. Direct us on how to let the old fall away, the old ideas, the outdated patterns, the resistance, the obsolete models. Allow our stripped down, winterized minds and bodies to feel the sensation of new buds, new life, this solar energy that enables full bloom. Gently walking your feet in, knees bent, feet flat. Bring your palms together as you do. Returning to sensation, the electricity of this cellular form. Lift your feet, rub your feet, soles of your feet connect, and then knees to your shins a little side to side, making your way all the way up. Gently, tenderly finding your seat, and from there sweeping wide, nice and tall, all the way to the very periphery and down the middle to the center. And one more. You reach wide, you return. And the palms together and the thumbs to the forehead center, a long sat, a short nam. Inhale. Sat Nam, I see myself. And Namaste, I see you. Day one, and so it will be. We'll have little variations on the warm-up as we get familiar, and then you don't want to be too familiar in the work of your body. You want to keep changing it up so it has to learn. And from that strong base, we will make this opening, this portal, and charge it with our great good. So 40 days ahead of us. Join in. Tuesday, Thursday, we'll be live. Saturday, Sunday, back here. I'm online, I'm in person. And I am with you. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Right?